I'm Steve Broadhead, founder and director of Broadband-Testing Labs, an independent test labs based in Europe. We've been carrying out WAN optimization testing, and that's what I want to talk to you about today. By WAN optimization, what we mean is saving bandwidth and improving access and access speeds to applications and services on wide area networks and the internet. Now, what we find amazing still at broadband testing is so many companies believe WAN optimization to be a luxury rather than a necessity. We beg to differ. We believe it is an absolute necessity nowadays, and that's because the world is changing. It's changing from the client-server world of old into the web-based, cloud-based application services, availability via the internet. Everything changes from a WAN optimization perspective, so we believe we need to test this environment, both the old environment and the new environment side by side. In order to do this, we took products from Blue Coat and from Riverbed. We created a test bed with a WAN simulator simulating a T1 line, and we also added 100 milliseconds of latency to that test bed, effectively simulating a real-world configuration. For the test format itself, we created a head-to-head comparison over 4 rounds of testing, starting with traditional file transfer, then moving on to web applications, video, and finally, cloud-based computing. Here we're focusing on web applications. That's to say today's norm, whether it's SAP or Oracle, or Microsoft SharePoint they were actually using for the test, running across HTTP and SSL connections. We wanted to put this to the test by comparing performance between Blue Coat and Riverbed. So we created a test bed based around a wireless LAN simulator, simulating a T1 line with 100 milliseconds of latency. That's to say a real-world test environment. We performed a series of cold and warm runs. That's to say cold run being the first run, warm runs being second and third, and thereafter, for each product, and we then compared performance between runs and between the two products. What we found was that on cold runs, performance between the two vendors was virtually identical. No obvious difference in the real world. However, on the warm runs, the Blue Coat performed significantly better, in fact, 5 times better than the Riverbed on average across all tests. What this equates to in the real world are huge savings in terms of bandwidth utilization and therefore return on investment. So in this particular case, we have to give the round to Blue Coat.